The big day is edging closer between Nigeria, Super Eagles versus Bafana, the boys of South Africa. That's the chants they are coming from the two teams. And also Nigeria across the globe celebrating Eagles, telling them, go for it, Super Eagles. Welcome you on the show, Sports Update. On Trust TV, Adeni Ajishafe. Well, I have in the studio, usual suspect, Olale Peter is here. Let's talk sports. Good to have you.
Thank you, Adeni. It's my pleasure to be back to studio this.
Yeah, when you look at that particular gyration coming from Eagles, the unity is always very strong. When you look at this guy, either inside the box, before the match and everything, and you saw Nigerians all across the globe, the kids, the adults, everybody saying, and then with the lovely jersey, I know Eagles always have best jersey. That's the motivation concerning this AFCON.
Yeah, it's a good motivation. It's a very good one. If you go back to the clip, the gyration between the South African and Nigerian, you can see the difference. The difference is clear. A winner and a loser, even before the match. You can see the confidence, the composure, the happiness that the Super Eagles are bringing into it. If you look at the South Africans, it's like they've lost already, but they're just trying to manage. They look very, they look like we've lost this match even before the competition. So that's a very good plus. Then about the unity and the team, and the unity is on and off the pitch. They all see themselves as one. They play together, and that is why they always cover up for themselves. Times without number, Olaina will just go, it won't cover up. You'll be surprised to see Osime coming to the flank to support Olaina. So they see themselves as a team, as a unit, as a group, that they are working for the same glory. Selfishness, sincerely, I've not seen it per se in this competition like what we used to have before, that it is me that must score the goal. No, everybody look for whoever is having the best opportunity, the best chances to net the goal, and that is a very good thing that we see in this competition. Then about the support they are getting from Nigerians, I hope our government, they will use this as a case study. They will see how Nigerians, we unite together, we come together. This is the first time, and this is the only time that we don't talk about religion, no tribe, your tribe, or you are black. We don't talk about it when it comes to sports. Everybody, they speak one language. Even
the white skin, they look at the Oyinbo supporting us.
They are supporting us also. The government can look at this and use sport to unite us with what we are going through in the country right now. Pele did it after the civil war in Nigeria. Drogba did it also in Côte d'Ivoire. Also, we can do something like this in the country also to unite everybody, to bring everybody together. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about it. So this is the best time that we have to do it, and we're going to do it better.
We're doing better there. Just to take a cue from that particular coming together, unity has to come from sport for Nigeria across the globe, and also Super ahead of that big clash against South Africa. But right now, let's cross over. Let's talk about some Nigerians who are right now, they are in Egypt competing in weightlifting. Two of them really doing so well in weightlifting. We have Falasha De Lawal, Adijat Alarioye win 6 medals in Egypt just on day one. Looking at the result of the two of them, they did so well in this competition. Let's look at the result. African Senior Weightlifting Championship day one result. Falasha De Lawal and Adijat Alarioye dominated, at least they carted away top prizes on day one of the championship, which also served as Paris 2024 Olympic qualifier. Lawal claimed 3 gold medals, a lift of 95 kilograms in snatch, gold in clean and jerk, with 119 kilograms before winning her 3rd gold medal in total and 214 kilograms. Adijat won 3 silver medals with 94 kilograms in snatch, 115 kilograms in clean and jerk, and 209 kilograms in total. Good one for both of them. Right now, winning both gold and silver medal at the competition. African Senior Weightlifting Championship taking place in Egypt. We have to celebrate them. If you remember, in the morning we talked about Tobi Amusho and Favour Ofili in athletics, and now we're talking about 2 other Nigerians in weightlifting. It shows that we're not just focusing on football. That's why we always want to give you the best when it comes to sport. Looking at these 2 Nigerians, what they've done. Weightlifting, one won 3 gold, the other one won 3 silver, and they are still gunning for more in this competition.
Well, I'm not surprised. Just the way I'm not surprised about Amuson and Ofili, it is something that they've done before in the trajectory. If you look at Falashade and Adijat also, this is not the first time they are winning medals. This is not the first time they are proving themselves to be the best in Africa. Now the focus, the target is now Paris 2024, the Olympic. How they should try as much as possible to bring medal home. Let's see someone else winning medal apart from Choma Jun that won it in the long jump in 1996. Let's get another good medal this time around from either from weightlifting, either from athletics. Let's try as much as possible to concentrate on the bigger picture. So the government, I will say again, needs to really come in, because what you need when you get to that stage is the exposure and the experience. That is what you really need. The likes of Hamilton and Favor Philly, they have both before, but they still need a lot of psyche that will propel them to do better. But for this, our local domestic and weightlifter and whatever the government really needs to give them that necessary support that they need. We shouldn't be waiting until someone achieves a success before we start applauding. We should be asking ourselves, what have we done? That's why I do tell people, Nigerians, we are very patriotic. Take it or leave it. For you to know that we're patriotic, go to social media. Before now, maybe you have some section of Nigerians fighting themselves. But when it comes to Cameroonian, they are trying to abuse Nigerians. The way Nigerians
will come for them.
Oh my goodness. You ask yourself that, why do I look for this trouble? So that shows the unity, the patriotism in us. But the government needs to do more to do that. So that, I think that's a very good one. So I'm not surprised. We just make sure that we concentrate on the bigger task ahead. That is Paris 2024.
In fact, like someone was actually telling me that in Nigeria made a comment that he wishes that AFCON can always come up every year so that we can always have that unity in Nigeria, because it seems AFCON, in fact, brings a lot of Nigerians together. Maybe it should be every year, according to him.
This is not the first time that we're always coming together. That's the truth, and we've always been doing that. And if you go to, I spoke with a few of my friends in Cordova currently right now, it's like every Nigerians in Cordova, they'll be at the stadium tomorrow. They are ready to do everything possible to support. Even some say that they've never contributed anything to the country, but tomorrow,
this time around,
they are going to contribute not with money, but with their voices to shout, scream, and support the Super Eagles. That is what we need.
Let's see how it goes now. When we're talking about Super Eagles, that's because of that story, because the big fight is coming between South Africa and Nigeria on Wednesday. But right now, our goalkeeper, his name is Stanley Nwabali. Nwabali right now is battle ready to play for Nigeria. Let's look at that particular story. Stanley Nwabali battle ready against South Africa in Bouake. You know that Rowan Williams, the goalkeeper of South Africa, did well, but actually was able to save 4 penalties in their game against Cape Verde. But right now, according to Nwabali, I know these guys. I play in South African League. I play in Super United. I know most of them. I'm equally very good in penalty stopping. And let's see what happens. Who is the king? The question will be asked between the two of them. Nwabali versus Rowan Williams.
Okay, now let's take 2 statistics. And we've played 5 matches in this competition. We conceded only 1 goal. South African, they've played 5 matches also. They've conceded 2 goals. So who is the best? Nwabali. The strength of South African goalkeeper will come if we did not score or it was a stalemate and we go to the penalty.
So if we win before penalty, there's no cause
Please,
for...
don't put that adjectival clause of phrase, if. Nothing like if. We are winning within the regulation time. So we're not even getting to the penalty.
I'm trying to be neutral now as a
You don't need to be neutral. You're not in Nigeria.
I'm a Nigerian.
You're in Nigeria.
The etiquette
so
of the job shows that
we have to speak for our country what we want. Nothing like if. We are winning before the 90. We're not even going to extra time. We are winning before the 90-minute regulation time. So the issue of who is the best between both of them is very simple. Our goalkeeper currently is the best and is going to win the goalkeeper of the tournament come February 11th.
Well, let's see how that will stand, because Rowan Williams seems to be catching a lot of hearts over there for that 4 penalty that he was able to save. But we'll see what happened on Wednesday. Talking about AFCON, it's a big one really. Nigerians can't wait to see who will triumph in that game between Bafana and Super Eagles of Nigeria. Remember, Eagles have really done well in this competition, defeating Angola, Pelancas Negras, defeating Cameroon team, also doing so well in other teams they faced so far. Now, we look at another one that has to do with a man who really has not been having it easy concerning his country's football after Cameroon were ousted in this competition, where they had a meeting. They called them Feka Foot. FECAFOOT president Eto'o. He wanted to resign, but the remaining part, executive committee said, no, continue. You have to finish what you started. Well, it was actually very funny because when I saw this, I was like, what is happening? He dropped a letter of resignation yesterday while they were having their executive meeting, and the rest of the team said, no, you continue. Even though we've not been doing what we've not been getting the result we wanted, you have to finish this thing. You have started it. Finish it. Okay,
and I give it to Samuel Eto'o, and that shows that if you are called upon to serve your nation, and what you have at the back of your mind is the services you are going to give to the nation, not what you are going to get, but what you are going to contribute. So that's the difference. It shows that he sees himself as I've failed my country, I've failed my nation. He's not waiting for money. He's even using his personal money to support the federation. So that is the best way to do. But the executives, they look at it that, okay, if you should go, the pressure will be on us to go with you.
And he actually urged that they should also resign.
Why would they resign when they are not prepared and ready for it? So their aims are two different aims. So I think it's a very good one for Eto'o, but he shouldn't be too hard on himself. That's the truth. And where the Cameroonian football they have currently now is not where they were when he became their FA president or chairman. So that means there has been an improvement. And getting to the quarterfinal also, it's not
as bad as
it is, because if you look at the preparation, the determination, the commitment of the teams that play at this current AFCON, whoever thought and believed that the likes of DR Congo will play in the semi-final.
Cape Verde. Look at how Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Egypt were ousted.
So that shows that the competition is getting tougher and tougher on yearly and competition basis. So I think he shouldn't be too hard on himself. Yes, let him listen to his executive. Oga, they are not going anywhere.
Continue this thing.
We'll continue this thing together. Let them go back to the drawing board. Look at the mistake that they've made and how can they correct it. Before you know it now, we're having another competition, because this one that we are playing, this competition is for 2023.
2025 is coming.
So 2025 is coming, and this is 2024. So before you know it now, 2025 is around the corner. So that means you have like a year or so to prepare yourself to make it right.
By this time next year, another AFCON is up.
So I think a good decision from the executive
committee.
Either it is personal or it is not personal.
Or patriotic.
Or patriotic or unpatriotic. So I think it's a very good one. Let them go back to, because as a general, you don't leave the battle in the middle of the war. You don't leave the battle in the middle of the war, because you have a lot of people that they are looking up to you. I think you should continue from where they stopped. Nobody goes anywhere. You
are not going anywhere. Like Nigeria will say, we die here. So all the remaining executive committee says, Eto'o, you have nowhere to run. Stay. Let's see how we can run this together. Well, that's it. That has to do with FECAFOOT story, where Eto'o wanted to leave that particular situation because of the performance of Cameroon football. But right now, we move to another story. This time around, we're talking about CAF. Well, recently, if you notice, no Nigerian referee has been given that chance or the nod to be at FIFA competition as a center ref, or even CAF competition. But right now, CAF has said it's not even only Nigerian. Well, concerning officiating, let's look at that story. Officiating, no matches for countries without VAR, according to CAF. They're trying to make sure the technology gets to everywhere in Africa. And they're right now saying, well, if your country doesn't have a VAR, well, your referees will not be recognized by us in any AF or CAF competition.
Well, I think it's a very good development, and it's something that will make all other domestic league also to do what is right. And this is the first time that we'll be having AFCON and we'll have VAR fully utilized. That's the first time.
In fact, and they did it even far better than the people that invented it.
The reason why they did it better is, if you look at all the VAR assistants, they are from Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, and these are the nations, these are the countries that for the past 1 year they have been using it in their own domestic league. So they understand everything from beginning to the end. In Africa, we have less than 20% of our domestic league that they are using the VAR. Over 70% are not using VAR. So they only went to the countries where they have the 20% using it, which is the North African, and invite them to come and do. So what I think the CAF also needs to do, instead of them saying that they will not, they should provide a training. they should provide an avenue for the referees to also come, go and learn. Then all football association in each country, like in Nigeria now also, I expected the NFF to try as much as possible, do a screening of about 4 or 5 trainings, send them to Morocco or Jordan.
Yeah, I think the president was saying it something like that, like 2 weeks ago, that they are sending some batches of Nigerian referee to Morocco or Egypt thereabout for proper training. Then they can also bring VAR to Nigeria.
So that is what I think we really need to do. I think it's a very good thing, and I think the EPL is seriously, sincerely, they have to come to Africa
to learn
more. And that's one good thing about us in Africa. Yes, we can be the one to colonize us, but believe me,
you're smart.
We know it better than you. It's just a matter of time. We've never had any issue of controversy since this AFCON started concerning VAR. No issue. Once the VAR communicates to the central referee to go and check the replay, we know what the result is. It's either it's a penalty or it's a red card. So I think it's a very good thing that we should be proud of ourselves and as Africans that we've done what they fail to do.
Well, big one, they are talking about CAF, trying to see how they can make technology one of those bases here in African football. If you see that most countries, at least 70%, according to a lot of reporters, are not using VAR, and that's not too good for our league football. And if we want to get there, we need to up our antics by getting the technology at stake. At least right now, it's getting better. If we check AFCON, the referees, the center referees, the VAR referees have really done well, trying to see how they can better the lots of football in Africa. For now, we'll move away from that particular story. Let's talk about 2 transfer, or rather, gossip stories in football. This man has been with Chelsea, although they call him Mauricio Pochettino. But from the way it is, according to Chelsea hierarchy, he doesn't have to be afraid. He's not at risk of losing his job despite consecutive defeats.
Well, it's lucky, and the era of Abramovich has gone.
By now, he's out.
No, by now he's out because if you look at the amount of investments that Chelsea they've done, it's quite huge. That's the truth. And football is business to them. It's not something that they are doing for recreational activities. So they've lost a lot of money. So I think Pochettino needs to discover whatever he has. So a lot of people say the problem we're having is it's striker. I don't agree with that. As a good coach, you should know how to play a false 9. We've seen Pep Guardiola doing that times without number. Arsene Wenger have done that times without number. Jose Mourinho, he has done it times without number. So a coach that is the highest paid coach in Premier League, you can't come and be giving over $100 billion and you'll be giving excuses that you don't have a point in line. No, you convert a midfielder, a creative midfielder, you work on their psyche. Yes, you're having a team that you are just assembling, but that is not an excuse. If not because the other team, the likes of Everton, that was deducted, that they got 10 points deducted, Chelsea should be in relegation by now. They should be swimming with the like of Luton, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace and co. So I think, to be honest with you, they really need to do something. They need to do it fast. They need to do it now. We're not saying that they should be title contender. No. But then competing in the mid-table is still okay. It's like they have an agreement with that 10th position. Since the beginning of the season,
they are 10. I still remember last season, also 10, almost the same. Last season too, they almost did the same thing.
So I don't know the reason why the owner said that he has nothing to, but maybe it's a mind game also. They can tell him he has nothing to fear, and the next 1 or 2 days, you just see them saying, come on, we can't take this again. Because all the fans right now, or the supporters of Chelsea, they are tired of the performance, of the result that they are getting, because they have, if you have what it takes to deliver, maybe at 10 kilometers, and you're not delivering at 2 or 3 kilometers, people will be asking questions. What happened? Are you not well fed? But that's not the situation. That's not the situation. So I think they really need to do something, and they need to do it very fast.
Chelsea needs to do something concerning that. That has to do with Pochettino, because he needs to get his act together. Let's take the last straw on the show. That has to do with Real Madrid, the Galacticos as they call them. But right now, the news coming out concerning Kylian Mbappé, they are yet to agree wages with Kylian, despite links to join from PSG. News came out that he will be joining them at the end of the season. But right now, even though they will agree with that, but not talking about the money yet.
Yeah, and I don't think money will be a problem to Real Madrid. That's the truth. And there are some clubs that money is not their problem, but how to spend the money is their problem. So that is the issue between Mbappé and Real Madrid. In the matter of weeks now, I'm very sure the issue will be resolved and the wages will be really agreed. But the truth is, it's leaving PSG. However, Real Madrid, they have to be very careful. They have to be careful that the likes of Liverpool also, they can come in and spring surprises. Because Kylian Mbappé also, in one way or the other, is a lover of Liverpool. That's the truth. It's a known fact also. And Mo Salah has made it known that at the end of this season, he may likely leave Liverpool. And they need his replacement. And currently now, there's no winger or there's no player that I think can come in as a replacement to Mo Salah at Liverpool than Mbappé. So let's see the competition between Mbappé and Haaland in Premier League. I think it's something that is worth looking into. Knowing fully that one of the reasons why Jurgen Klopp is leaving Liverpool is because they are not really giving him that money when it comes to transfer. So the owner, they may want to use that to win the supporters to their side that, oh, okay, this is one of the reasons why Klopp said it's going, okay, we are giving you this, we are bringing Mbappé. So it's all about mathematics, and before the end of the season, let's see how it plays out.
Well, the big one coming out concerning tomorrow is the fact that Eagles are battle ready. Before we wrap it up, just the scoreline we're expecting tomorrow. Okay, between Nigeria and South Africa. 2-0. We're going to repeat what we did in 2000 by winning them 2-0 at the semi-final. We're doing the same thing tomorrow. Hopefully that will stand tomorrow between Nigeria and Super Eagles versus Bafana Bafana or South Africa. That's a big match coming. We wish Eagles the best as they play their trade over there in Bouake in Côte d'Ivoire. That'll be it on the show. Sports update on Trust TV. Olali has been with us in the studio. Thank you so much. Thank you, Adene. It's my pleasure being here. Okay, maybe you are South Africa or Nigeria. I'll meet you 2-0. No, I'm Nigerian and South Africa. That's it on the show. I'm Adene Aji Shafe. Thanks for watching.